We're looking at a very specific strategic outreach today. It's this public call for collaboration from the school. And it seems quite targeted, doesn't it? Not just a general announcement. Our goal here is really to get under the hood, understand the exact terms of what they're offering.
Exactly. And for you, the listener, we're kind of decoding the language here. They're talking directly to established school book publishers and also educational writers. So the big question is, what's the actual deal? What benefit is the school offering that makes established players want to, merge their expertise, their content with this new tech?
Right. Let's start with who they're targeting. You mentioned publishers and writers, specifically established ones. That feels important. They're not trying to start from scratch. They actually say they see immense value in the expertise and materials that already exist. So there's a recognition there. They know where the content authority lies.
Absolutely. And that respect for existing IP, for the finished books, that's really the foundation here. They're not asking for brand new stuff. They see these, you could call them legacy materials, as essential resources. Their stated goal is pretty ambitious, bringing this content to life on their platform to shape the future of learning.
Okay, so the publishers, the writers, they bring the proven content, the curriculum. What's the school bringing to the table? They mention leveraging cutting-edge technology to transform these, well, static books. That's a big claim. What does that transformation actually look like? What's the mechanism?
Yeah, that's where we need to look past the buzzwords. Think of a standard textbook. It's kind of static, right? A snapshot of knowledge. The school's offering to turn that snapshot into something, well, much more dynamic. They talk about creating AI-assisted deep learning experiences. So imagine taking a chapter and making it adaptive. It changes based on how a student's doing. The AI isn't just grading. It's potentially personalizing the learning path, giving instant feedback, maybe even adjusting questions on the fly. It sounds like applying their specific tech architecture to make learning more active, less passive reading.
That definitely covers the educational angle. But what about the business side? That's always the tension, isn't it? Merging content and tech, publishers worry. Control, IP for the new transform stuff. Platform lock-in. So the deal has to work financially. They do say they're committed to mutually beneficial collaborations.
Correct. Mutuality is the word they use. And they seem to tackle the money question directly. They mention offering flexible revenue-sharing models designed for the partner's needs. That suggests, they understand, but publishing business isn't one size fits all.
What might that flexibility actually mean, though? Publishers have such different ways of operating.
Well, it probably means moving beyond simple, old-school licensing fees. For a big publisher, flexibility might mean, say, performance-based royalties, getting a slice of revenue based on how well their content does on the platform, or maybe hybrid models, a bit upfront, plus a share of the long-term success. It aligns incentives, doesn't it? Both sides need the final product to succeed and scale.
So pulling this all together, it sounds less like a casual invitation and more like a strategic pathway, maybe even a necessary one for content owners, offering a way to keep their material relevant, maybe avoid becoming obsolete.
I think that's a fair reading. The goal isn't just making things digital. It's about scale and making that valuable content last longer. By partnering, publishers can potentially leapfrog the huge cost and time needed to build their own advanced platforms. They get access to this tech environment, which extends the life and the impact of their core expertise.
Which brings us, and you listening, to a final thought to chew on. If the expertise and the core materials are already out there and the main step is just applying this cutting-edge tech, this AI, how much does that tech layer really change the potential, both commercial and educational, for that content? What does this kind of partnership suggest about how we value knowledge? Specifically, knowledge that stays static versus knowledge that's made dynamic, adaptive, something to consider.